Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm just having a little bit of fun here and doing a bit of a best of the best video. So this is all about a movie accurate look and posability, and just fun to pose and not having to worry about damage to suits and stuff like that. Just figures that I know I can enjoy and get the most out of, but most importantly, movie accurate look. Whether they be customized, modified or stock, we've got everything here. We've got some completely custom figures, we've got some stock figures and modified figures, you know, altered things done to them to get them to look more movie accurate. But we've got some cool choices here, and we'll go through them all individually. And I'll tell you my reasons why they made it amongst the best of the best here on the desk. Hit the like button and make sure you subscribe. I do want to mention there are other figures that should be on the desk here for this best of the best video, considering it's all about, you know, movie accurate look and fun to pose and not having to worry about, you know, damaging a suit or having stuff tearing and damaging this. All these figures here, I believe I can leave in pretty dynamic poses if I wanted to, and wouldn't really have to worry about that, be they completely stock figures or customized figures or modified figures, whatever the case may be. If they look movie accurate and they're fun to pose and you can leave them in poses, they've made it onto the desk. But there are other figures here that should have, but there's just not enough space. So unfortunately, Vampirella here, who is very accurate looking and very fun to pose and never had any problems with that, I think it's definitely one of the best of the best. But again, there wasn't space on the desk. Other figures as well, like the Wolf Predator, very movie accurate looking, very fun to pose, and so poseable that everyone can come up with their own individual display look for this piece. It really is fantastic, but again, didn't have the space on the desk. And there's definitely some figures over here that should be over there also, like the Armory Batman, but I figured because I was going to be including the quarter scale one there, it made sense to just have one. Unfortunately, as much as I love Catwoman, if you know the channel, you know that her gloves and boots deteriorated and I had to try and fix it. So she ain't making it. This guy definitely should though. The DX Jack Nicholson Joker still looks as good today as it did all those years ago when it was released, and it's a very poseable figure, so he definitely deserves a place amongst the best of the best. Yep, Nightmare Batman should have been over there too. Very poseable piece. A bit fiddly though. Every time I go to repose him, his hands do fall off and you have to keep putting them back on again. I'm sure a lot of people have had that same situation as well. And the gun is a little bit fragile as well. Have to be careful with that, and he's worth a lot of money these days. Interesting to see what will happen when the Justice League Zack Snyder version finally does come out. If Hot Toys will make another one of these, if he's in that film for even 5 seconds, they'll make one. So there is hope yet. Darkest Knight, he should have been over there, but again, lack of space. Definitely the heavily modified Arkham City Batman. He definitely deserves a spot over there, but again, folks, just wasn't enough space on the desk. Just chose the ones I chose because those are the ones I'm feeling the most right now. And Mark Hamill Joker is one of the best Jokers Hot Toys have ever made. Outfit, body, head sculpt, accessories, box, stand, it's all perfect. It's an essential piece right there. Absolutely awesome. That's not doing him justice because the light didn't catch his eyes. There you go. Look how good that looks. Absolutely awesome piece. Yep. Definitely one of the best of the best. Now, as great as that looks, he's not the most poseable, so he can't make it into this because this is all about movie accurate look and fun to pose, posability. Dynamic poses, you know, if you want to. I mean, you're not going to want to have Michael Myers in too much of a dynamic pose, but the point is you could if you wanted to. But as great as that looks, just not very poseable. And even worse with the 89 version now, which is quite old, still looks absolutely fantastic, but the elbows, I mean, let me just try. So even that, it just doesn't want to do it. That rubber suit is just saying nope. So, and the legs are the same, so it's just a matter of getting a nice custom cape of wire and getting the cape to be the thing that makes it look dynamic, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to make that point, guys. There are other figures here that should be on the desk right now, but for you know, space reasons, and which is kind of cool because it means you have to think about it carefully. And I know I've got a lot of Michael Myers stuff here in the background, but they are, you know, some of the best things I have for the reasons I've, you know, stated. So let's get our butts around here, get in the spot, film us some figures. Man, Batman Begins looks good. Damn. Yeah, so we got the battle damage version of Mikey from 2018, the clean version when he first got his mask back, so that's more of a clean look. And that one back there has got the bullet hole, fingers blown off. Yeah, the hammer, it's all nasty. The shape. Yep. So this is what we're working with. This is what I believe to be the very best of the best that I have right now as far as accurate look and posability. And I want to give a shout out to my buddy Ryan Rose Clark, because it's his birthday coming up soon, and he was requesting a video where he gets to see the Boogeyman again, which is this particular version of Michael Myers, the 78 original. Call this one the Boogeyman. It's just perfect. That's why he's on the desk. And yeah, man, Ryan, I hope you have a really cool birthday, man. Thanks for being such a cool friend, and I'll do more videos on this guy soon for you. Yeah, man, I hope you have a good one. There he is, the Boogeyman. Alright, so I'm just going to start in the middle of the desk here and kind of just barge my way through. We'll get through them all. But this is the DX11 Joker, Heath Ledger Joker from The Dark Knight, but with the head sculpt that Mr. Stephen Maurice did himself and then sent to me. And he's very posable. I think he looks very movie accurate. Do hope one day I can get a slightly better coat. This one's alright, it's not too bad. This is the actual Hot Toys DX. I mean, the inside is very, very nice looking, and in this light it's looking great, but sometimes it can look a bit bathrobe-y, you know? A bit like a bathrobe. Everyone says that, but it's true. But we've been saying that since the beginning when it was released. I mean, it's very nice though. It's very nice, and with the head sculpt with the real hair and the way Steve Maurice did the makeup. Did such a good job on this. But we've got a lot to get through here, folks, so I'm not going to linger on this guy too long. You've seen him a lot on the channel already, but he's definitely one of the best in my collection here. So let's go now to this awesome looking Batman Begins piece. So a heavily modified and just parts changed all around on this guy. He was originally the Hot Toys Batman Begins Toy Fair exclusive. It's got a head sculpt by Ben Choi. The Takara gauntlets are on there. We got Medicom Dark Knight boots and a Takara. No, it's not a Takara cape anymore. It used to be. It's actually a Jackson XU cape that was actually meant for a 1/6 scale Dark Knight suit Batman, but it also worked very well on this guy. So a lot has been changed. And he is pretty damn posable. I had to include him, really. He's not the most posable figure, but I am able to get his, you know, his elbows bent and his, you know, his wrists move and his knees bend and his, you know, I can get him to do what I need him to do. I've had him kind of spreading the cape on the shelf before, looking quite dynamic, but it is looking very accurate to me. I mean, the Ben Choi sculpt is absolutely amazing. Shout out to all the guys who were involved. There's so many people, like literally 4 or 5 people, all coming together. Just friends in the community that have, you know, just donated things and just sent things along to just take this figure to the next level. All those videos are on the channel, folks, so you can check them all out. They're all on there. But look at that thing, man. I got his eyes looking up. The reason, you know, Batman Begins, I've said it before in the review for the Hot Toys quarter scale one, the fact that they took away the moving eyes with that particular version really peed me off, because I think out of all the Batman looks or suits that you can have, or all the Batman cowls, I guess is the best way of saying it, the Batman Begins one really screams out for moving eyes, because having this one looking to the side, or, you know, just looking up like this, it just changes the whole look and makes him look way more aggressive. But that's the Hot Toys cowl over there on the ultimate kind of quarter scale combo, the Franken-Bat. We'll get to him later, but no moving eyes on the big one. So the Ben Choi sculpt solved that. That's a I guess that's the belt that came with him. It could be a different one. I'm not sure. I've got quite a few. But there he is. Let's move on to another one, but he's definitely one of the best of the best. From my, favorite superhero film of all time. Batman Begins. Alright, and here we have the 1/6 scale James Jude Courtney Michael Myers from the 2018 Halloween movie. And it's got a Beta Metallic head sculpt. This is the prototype. So not the one that's being released with the short run that's actually being released right now, I think. This is the prototype that came before it. So definitely not too many of these about. I don't know exactly, maybe just one or two, I don't know. But either way, it's absolutely incredible. I think of this version as the clean version where he first got his mask back. And then in the background we've got a more battle damage version, which we'll see soon. But this is just absolutely incredible. I am really looking forward to getting the Trick or Treat Studios version of this, because they are releasing some pretty cool 1/6 scale figures. And the head sculpt by, is it Kane Productions, I think? Quite a few people involved in the Trick or Treat one, but that sculpt looks fantastic. I can't wait to get my hands on it. But this Beta Metallic sculpt is just absolutely fantastic. And the Tanila's coveralls as well, and the knife by Dave at Tanila's Customs. So it just fits really well. He's got very movie accurate boots on as well. If you can see those, not very well, but yeah, they're very movie accurate. And he's just a big, very accurate looking piece, and he's very poseable. I mean, just look at that. It don't get much better. That's why he's one of the best of the best. Now this is an example of a totally stock figure just being perfect right out of the box. This is the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Sigourney Weaver, Ellen Ripley from the original Alien film. And I love the movie. It's one of my top 3 favorite films of all time, the original Alien. And this figure, they thought it through. They were originally going to do this with real kind of rooted hair. It did look quite frizzy and quite crazy at the exhibitions when they first showed off the prototype. But they rethought it and went back and gave us sculpted hair, and they did an amazing job sculpting it. Great outfit. Great sneakers, great base, great accessories. Absolutely great piece. So she is definitely one of the best, and one of the few stock figures on the desk here. There are some pretty close to stock Batman figures, but they might have custom capes, but that's not much of a modification really. More of a slight enhancement. Yeah, there she is, Ellen Ripley. Now let's take a look at one of the bigger figures on the desk. This is pretty much stock. He does have a custom cape there, which is really, really essential, because you definitely want that jet black velvet contrast that the cape has with the actual armor. And I'll turn around in a minute, but this thing is ridiculous. It looks so real. And if I lived in America, like Chicago, Pittsburgh, somewhere, where the kind of skyline looked like Gotham City, like it did in the Nolan movies, then I would definitely take this thing out at night on the rooftops and take pictures, because you just wouldn't be able to stop me. I'd have to do it. But doing it in England, where I live, it wouldn't look quite right. So yeah, but this is a incredibly movie accurate piece, very poseable, and I've never had to worry about any damage to the suit because I've had him with his elbows bent or anything like that. I mean, he just really good ratchet joints. You can leave him like that, come back a year later, and everything should be just fine, I think. Very strong ratchet joints there, and just an amazing piece. So let me just turn him a little bit here. You can get a look at the cape. This is another Jackson XU cape, but you can see just the jet black velvet, and that's what you want. You want that to contrast with this. There are some other capes, and the one Hot Toys give you, and some other ones, they're just a bit kind of charcoal, like dark charcoal grey almost, and it just doesn't have the right effect. You really need that black velvety kind of look. But don't want to linger on him too long, but he's looking good. There's no doubt about it, man. This piece is an absolute masterpiece. It really is. It's one of the absolute standouts. The Hot Toys quarter scale Dark Knight Rises Christian Bale Batman. Alright, big shout out to my buddy Joseph at Faraway Collectibles on Instagram for sending me this head sculpt, which has completed this figure and made it possible to have him on the desk in this particular video. Very movie accurate looking and very poseable, and I am totally happy with him, man. This is well, it's a Greg's custom sculpt, and Owen1313 did the paint and hair, so just incredible work. The M Toys body underneath with an SW Toys shirt, SW Toys vest, M Toys jacket and pants, dyed a little bit more of a vibrant red, SW Toys socks and shoes, and all the accessories that you'd want with him. Absolutely incredible. Really great fit here. Proportions, everything checks out. I've had people leave comments under the last video I did on this one, the showcase video of all the poses and angles and backgrounds and all that stuff. People were saying that when they first saw the picture they thought it was the Prime 1 statue because of the head sculpt. I ain't saying it's as good as that, but it is a similar kind of expression. Obviously real hair on this, and incredible paint work. I mean, the sculpt on his teeth is so accurate looking, and yeah, he's definitely one of my best of the best right now in the collection. I never thought I'd say that about the Joaquin Phoenix Joker situation, because as you know on this channel I've been striving for perfection, and nothing's perfect, but I mean, I'm satisfied with him now to the point where even if Hot Toys do announce one, I'll probably get it. You know how it is. But I ain't gonna panic if they don't. And I no longer have that annoying kind of itch in the back of my brain telling me that I need the Prime 1 piece, because now I have this. And I am 100% satisfied with him. So, there he is. The 1/6 scale Joaquin Phoenix Joker. Let me give you a little bit of side profile. He really looks good from the side. He looks great from the front, but I mean, you can even see a little bit of white sock showing. I've got the pants sitting just right. Yeah, man. He is scary real looking. He is kind of nuts, but anyway, let's move on to something else. But there he is. The Joker. Here we have the Boogeyman 1/6 scale custom Michael Myers figure. Absolute perfection. You've got the original Beto Metalli pumpkin, quite hard to come by these days apparently. We've got a DX11 Joker Hot Toys base that I changed into a Halloween base and added the grass and the leaves. We got the platoon boots. We got the last run Yunsil coveralls, which are absolutely perfect, much better than the original ones that I had. That perfect kind of weird charcoal grey colour that turns kind of green and blue depending on the lighting. We've got a Fergo, that's a Shadow Fergo knife. Shadow Fergo on Instagram, that is. And we have the famous Mad Bug V2 Nick Castle stretch. Painted and haired by Nathan Eakins, aka Silent Surfer. And he looks incredible. This is the Boogeyman, folks. I also have what I call the Perfect 78, but I had to choose between the two. Didn't want to have too many Michael Myers on the desk, already kind of do. But it is what it is. But an absolutely flawless piece in my opinion. I'm so happy with this. I don't think it can get any better. There's equally as good Myers figures out there. I've seen them all the time. Everyone, you know, there's a lot of them out there. They're just as good as this one, but I don't know if it gets any better than this. I mean, coveralls, the mask, the weathering on the mask, the knife, the body I've got on here. I wish I could tell you what exact body this is, but it's just one of the ones I had, and luckily it all just kind of worked out. There he is, Boogeyman. Don't go to sleep, he'll get you. Now on to the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Ben Affleck Batman from Dawn of Justice, and he's got a little bit of work done to him. I did the beef mod, which quite a few of you guys have done yourselves now. It was some years ago that I did that vid, and it turned out to be quite useful for you guys, so I'm glad about that. Always good to be of service. Lead people down the right path. Show them the way. Right, so we got the beef mod, so that's a lot of cotton padding. Those kind of slightly elongated round pads that you folks use for cleaning their face and such. So he's got like maybe 2 in the front, maybe 1 in the back. But yeah, he's pretty beefed up to the max. Let me just... Oh, I messed up my lighting. God damn it. No, that's alright. Let me just go ahead and let you soak in the beef. See, look at that, man. Look how beefy he is. That's why I did the beef mod. To get that look. I mean, look at that. I'm just going to let you absorb that for a few seconds. It's a thing of beauty right there. He does have a custom cape by Unreal Customs, and that's my favorite one they did for this guy. It's the original one. So you've seen it on the channel already, guys. I've already done all the pose sessions. There's some really good vids on the channel featuring this figure, so make sure you go back and check them out. You will have to go back because it was a while ago, but they're on there. So there he is, one of the best of the best. Very poseable, very movie accurate looking now, thanks to the little mods and such, but one of the best for sure. It's definitely standing the test of time. Lim Toys Quiet 1/6 scale figure. Lim Toys is a third party, so they called her the Sinful Butterfly. There was 2 versions. What was it? The Sinful Butterfly and the... Oh, bugger. I can't remember. Deadly Butterfly or something? I don't know. But either way, they did 2 versions. And it's great. The body is a Firesyn body, although I've used a different Firesyn body, a little bit more of a fuller figure on my other one that's on the desk, sitting on the shelf back there. This one's probably more accurate to the game, I guess, proportion wise, but I do prefer the slightly fuller figure of the other version. Accessories, it was a pain in the butt to put this one together. I believe I had some issues now that I think back. I think my bra was actually not my bra, her bra. It was all wrong. Basically, the little knot there was upside down, so I had the whole bra on upside down because of the fault when they were making it. So I got a replacement sent along, and but now she is very game accurate looking. Just a fine piece, man. A great looking piece. I thought she was a really cool character in the game, and I always wanted to have her, like a representation of her in the collection. I mean, look at her. She just looks badass. Big ass sniper rifle, the grenades, the knife, the pistol. You can move the ponytail to make it look like it's blowing in the wind. But just, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that when it comes to Quiet. It looks absolutely perfect. So check out the pose videos that I've done with her and the review and all that stuff that I've, you know, had up on the channel for a while now. But she's definitely one of my best of the best. Definitely deserves a spot amongst these guys. That's Lim Toys Quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Alright, and here we have a 1/6 scale custom figure of Rob Zombie's 2007 Halloween Michael Myers, played by Tyler Mane, who was 6'8", I believe, and just played him fantastic. I love the way Tyler Mane played Myers. He was truly terrifying. Said it before, I'll say it again. If you were to ask me which version of Michael Myers I would least like to have hunting me down, it would be the Rob Zombie version, the Tyler Mane version. Just brutal, absolutely brutal. So here we have a One's Customs head sculpt, the original one, not the one that's being released with the special team up with One's Customs and Tanila's Customs, that short run that they did. This is an older head sculpt, so it's totally different. I do really like this one. It's got a slightly more flared out neck. Makes him look more like a great white shark, or a very manky great white shark. We got the Tanila's Customs coveralls that I had to weather, and that was a lot of fun to do. A lot of weathering on those. And we've got another head sculpt here from the beginning of part 2, which I can easily just switch around and then turn him into a part 2 Rob Zombie Myers. So that's really cool to have that as well. We've got the floorboard base from when he was going to retrieve his mask and the knife. But he's a very tall piece. He's, I think it's a basketball body. He's like 13 inches tall, maybe slightly more than that, I'm not sure, but he's absolutely huge. And the whole point of the video is very movie accurate looking, very posable. He's one of the best of the best. That figure right there is a masterpiece. Tyler Mane Michael Myers from the 2007 Halloween movie by Rob Zombie, which was the film that got me into Michael Myers in the first place. So cheers for that, Rob Zombie. Oh, be still my beating heart. I've just recently done a big video showcase on this figure here. This is a custom 1/6 scale Catwoman based on the artwork by Mr. Adam Hughes. And I just fell in love with this version of Catwoman years ago. I've got all the comics framed on the walls up there. And it's absolutely unbelievable. This was made by my buddy Josh Small at 1/6 Visage on Instagram. And he did an amazing job with the head sculpt. The outfit was made by Gwyneth on Facebook, and I got these custom bases here. I mean, it's even got the same font as the comics, so that is awesome. Was it Joe Turner, I believe? It's been a while since I got anything off him base wise, but anyway, this figure is perfect, very poseable. Couldn't get more accurate looking to the Adam Hughes artwork. As I've mentioned before, and as everyone who knows, the Adam Hughes version of Catwoman's likeness was very much kind of just borrowed from Audrey Hepburn. So Adam Hughes Catwoman definitely strongly resembles Audrey Hepburn. 1/6 Visage did an amazing job with this. I'm just getting close for a second and let you see the fine work on this sculpt. Incredible paintwork, the texture of the skin, the color on the cheeks and the tip of the nose, and that subtle eyeshadow as well. It's like a purpley kind of blue above the eyelashes coming out at the side. The cat cowl matches up perfectly with the custom suit. The sideshow goggles are the accurate shape and color. All came together in the end to create this perfection that you see before you. But make sure you check out the showcase video, guys, of all the poses and photography. I set up a whole big diorama, made it look like she was on a stage dancing and stuff. It was pretty cool. Check it out. I love this piece, absolutely love it. It's perfect, and that's why she's on the desk. And I don't want to stop filming it because I just love filming this figure. You're going to see this a lot on the channel probably, but you know, just sharing that love. There she is, a 1/6 scale custom Adam Hughes Catwoman. Dream come true for me. And here we have the battle damage version of Michael Myers from the 2018 film. And he's pretty much perfect looking. I mean, there are some slight little details. These were originally meant to be, well, they were 78 coveralls. These were the Dean Knight exclusives. This was the material that I found and then sent to Tanila's Customs, and she fashioned them into 78 coveralls, and they're absolutely perfect. I have dyed them since then, switched around the pocket flap to this side, and turned them into 2018 coveralls. Now obviously the shape of the actual pockets themselves is slightly different in 2018, just slightly, but it is more of a kind of a point to the pocket flap rather than it just going straight across. There's a bit more of a point to it, and the collar here should just be completely straight. There shouldn't be any part that juts out at all, but other than that, these are very accurate looking. So the scene when he walks through the kitchen after he hammers the lady, and you get a shot of him from the back, and you get a really good look at the actual color of the coveralls. These are pretty much exactly that, but we've got the bullet hole in the back that came through the front when Laurie shot him. We've got a really scary looking head sculpt. I did a lot of work on this. It was re-haired by Yondu. It's a DX11 Workshop version 1 head sculpt that I painted myself and installed the eyes. If I remember correctly, it was actually originally painted by DX11 as well, and they had hair on it as well. So it was painted and haired originally by them, but that hair came off and was redone by Yondu, and I totally repainted it like twice and installed the eyes. and now he just looks fantastic. You can see the eyes inside the mask. Look how scary that looks. So it's a really nasty looking version of him. He's got the movie accurate boots. That base is actually for the original 78, but it still kind of works. It's him. It's just 40 years later. So, love this one. I think he's very accurate looking. He's nice and tall. He just looks scary as so that's why he's one of the best too. It's my battle damage custom Michael Myers from the 2018 Halloween movie. Bring on Halloween Kills. Show it to me. Okie dokie, here we have the Franken-Bat, the Ultimate Batman Begins figure, quarter scale. He consists of Hot Toys parts, some Entebbe parts, and mostly NECA stock, really. Yeah, I put the Hot Toys head on there because I just wanted it to look as real as possible, but the one that actually came with the stock NECA figure is fantastic. I repainted that actually, that's in storage at the moment, but I did repaint the original head. It just looks really, really cool. But the main thing with him is how movie accurate he looks, and obviously with the hard plastic body here from NECA, we have big ass joints. I mean, you can see that they're there, but you are able to do things like this, like finally have a Batman Begins figure that can throw up his fists and look terrifying, like he's about to come and whoop their ass. But the cape by NECA is also very, very cool. It's kind of velvet. I guess it is velvet. I'm not sure. It's a slightly more kind of, it's not as soft as my custom velvet capes, but it still looks exactly the same as those. And it does, again, create that perfect contrast of the jet black velvet against the more kind of charcoal, very dark charcoal grey, blackish kind of matte finish on the suit. And they did a great job with the gauntlets, making them look very shiny. So we've got the Hot Toys head, NECA body, NECA cape, Entebbe belt, and just a stand that came with a Chucky doll. With a bit of black paper on top and a batarang. But that is the Franken-Bat here because he looks movie accurate, and you can pose the hell out of him because of the NECA body. You don't have to worry about any rubber suits taking any damage. Check out the pose video for this guy on the channel. It's definitely worth your time. He definitely deserves a spot on the desk. One of the best of the best. The Franken-Bat, the Ultimate Batman Begins figure. Okay, and the last one is the most recent figure I've been messing around with and putting together, and it is a quarter scale custom 2018 Michael Myers, like those two guys back there, but the big one. So we have the NECA head sculpt that was repainted by myself and re-haired by myself also. We've got Tanila's Customs coveralls and t-shirt, and the knife by Dave at Tanila's Customs. We've got the NECA boots that have been put onto the Cool Models quarter scale body. Shout out to Nick for giving me a little push to get that mod done, because having the right boots on there really does make such a difference. We've got a bullet hole in the front and the back, just like we did on the 1/6 scale version. And all together, I mean, I've padded him out, made him look more like he's in his 60s, which he is in the film. When I first showed this and reviewed the coveralls, he was looking a bit too slim, so I padded him out and corrected that. Some folks were saying that the head was not in proportion to the body. Now I believe it certainly is. I think it's perfect. It's just absolutely awesome. Get a bit closer and give you a bit more of a look at the mask. Yeah, so I had fun repainting this. Rehairing these heads is always a bit of a pain in the butt. I don't really enjoy doing it, but you just have to. It's perfectly possible for folks to do it themselves, because it can get quite expensive having it done by customizers. But I mean, if you want the best, you kind of got to make your decision. But I feel I did alright with the hair on this. I was really happy with it. Great looking mask, great sculpt, and great job with the coveralls from Tanila. Really good job with the knife from Dave at Tanila's Customs, and the hands, I did make them look a little bit more gory. These are the NECA hands that came with the quarter scale figure by them. So again, that is the head that originally came with the NECA figure, but it's been modified a lot. But all in all, just a really cool piece. Oh god, now that is not in focus and it's very blurry, but that looks awesome. So I'm just going to give you a couple of seconds of blurry Myers. Looks like the real thing. Forget about it. A little bit of a side profile shot for you, just to let you see how legit he is. And it's cool to know as well, I mean, I'm sure other people, because there were 5 sets of coveralls made. I have one, Nick has one, so that leaves 3 out there in the world that other people are going to be putting together a quarter scale Myers with, and I'm sure they'll probably be using this NECA head sculpt as well. Maybe they'll modify it, maybe they won't, maybe they got something else in the pipeline from other customizers out there making heads. Look at that, that's ridiculous. But none of them are going to look the same as each other. They're all going to look slightly different. I mean, you know, so this is a totally unique quarter scale figure. And I believe it's very movie accurate looking, and it is superposable, so that's why he's on the desk. That's why he is one of the best of the best. Okay folks, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's certainly been fun making this video, and it just gives me a chance to get all my favorite pieces at the moment on the desk together and just tell you my thoughts about them. And I've loved making this, and I think this just looks like an awesome scene as well. It's quite an eclectic group. So I mean, Batman Begins is just kind of owning the whole desk right now with that pose. I might have to put him right back like that on the shelf. That was just a simple little tweak I did before I started filming with him, and I love it. Love the way the cape's falling around him as well. It looks like it's got some real weight to it. So yeah, Jesus, that quarter scale 2018 Myers is looking good too. Catwoman. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Always good to hear from you, and make sure you are subscribing to the new channel. That's oh, and my chair is scraping against the radiator and making fart noises. It's not me, it's the chair. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the new channel, The Figure Pit, and we also have a website where you can buy and sell figures, 1/6 scale, quarter scale, retro stuff. Check us out, www.thefigurepit.com. Alright, thanks for watching guys. See you real soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.